Fresh ginger is one of my favorite ingredients to cook with, but it can be a little tricky. There's a bunch of fibers in here. There's a bunch of fibers in here, as you can see. Now we have to peel it. So there's a couple of things you can do. You can take a nice sharp knife, and you can just trim off the edges here. That's gonna yield you the least amount of ginger. That's gonna have the most waste. We can also use a peeler. A peeler will be an amazing way to get the skin right off. But that is a little bit dicey because quite often the ginger is small and it's kind of hard to get a peeler in there. The third way you can try is with, this is not plastic, but a plastic spoon is actually really sharp on the edges, and that all choked up on it like this is a really good way to get the ginger skin off. Now, a lot of times recipes will call for a knob or an inch of ginger. That's kind of standard because as you can see, it's not the easiest thing to like portion or purchase. But you know, I always kind of figure like that's a knob. That's gonna probably yield me maybe like a tablespoon of fresh ginger. This is my go-to size piece of fresh ginger. If you were to mince it with a knife, you gotta have a really sharp knife. And we're gonna go in nice slabs, right? We're gonna take that down in slabs. And then we're gonna go across as if we were very thin julienne in this. And then you wanna take that in strips as well. We take our little julienne soldiers in a row and we can just run the knife through them like that. And then we end up with teeny tiny, beautiful little pieces of ginger. Sometimes we make a glaze or something where the ginger's not really gonna get cooked down and it's gonna stay like little bites of that. So what I really like to do is use a grater, a fine grater. There's two different kinds. The microplane, this is a very fine grater. This is gonna take out the majority of the fibers and leave you with a really like juicy pulp. I notice if you go along the direction of the fibers, you don't get as good yield from it. So if you look at it and you can see the direction of all these little like hairs in there, we're gonna go against that. And we're gonna grate pretty firm on this microplane, and you can see it's going through. It's all in there. It's not really gonna come out, but you can see it's not grating the hairs. The hairs are staying over to the side there. So there's the ginger. This is what we wanna cook with. And you could take a spoon or you could take your finger and you can just get that out like this. You can also use one of these graters. It has like slightly larger holes. That'll work really well too.